Here we've got a cut I haven't tried before. This is a Shima Wagyu Pope's Eye, purchased from Bellarine Smoke and Charcoal Grill Hire. Also a great local butcher in the Geelong area. So Pope's Eye, I'm no butcher, but apparently it comes from near the hip joint of the beast. And this is, like I said, Shima Wagyu from where I think they're bred in central Victoria. So bought a cryovac pack off Simon and had quite a few of these pieces. There's about 6 or 7, almost the same size like a lamb backstrap, pretty much. What I've done is coated it in some salt and pepper. I'm going to try a couple of different methods here. I'm going to cryovac a couple to cook them at about 48 degrees in the Souis Vide for a little while, and then finish them off on the Parilla. Another couple I'm just going to actually just go straight to the charcoal. So we'll report back and see how it goes. Here's the raw steaks sizzling away. Done one side already for a couple of minutes. You can see quite close, got it quite close to the heat on the V grill. The Wagyu fat is starting to drip through the V channels down into my collection pot. It's one of the beauties of this Smokin Gauchos setup. It's just fantastic. I cannot rate it highly enough. Such a good barbecue. And again, Australian made by Smokin Gauchos in New South Wales. Definitely hit them up because it's worth every single cent. You've got this mechanical wheel which will lift the grill up to control the heat. So that's the highest position you can see there. So if you want to reduce the heat and do a slow cook, you bring it up to the top. But if you want to drop it down, you can put it right on the coals. It's awesome. These 3 steaks cooked from raw are nearly done. They're sizzling away. Probably one more turn and we're good to go, just to let them rest. Let's have a look at that. Yep, that's glossing up nicely. Beautiful. So this is the Pope's Eye Wagyu from Simon at Bellarine Charcoal and Spit Roast Supplies in Moolap. Definitely hit him up because that Mallee root charcoal is neck level, kids. That's what I'm telling you, neck level. It's unbelievable. And his meat is awesome. I've never had this before, but I always take his advice and trust him. Just fantastic. So it's going to be tasty no matter what. So these are the 3 Pope's Eye steaks that we pre-cooked in the Sous Vide at 48 degrees for about an hour and a half. So they've been cooked pretty much to just on the rare side of medium rare. I've just chucked them as low as I can go in height on the Parilla grill, and they are going to just glaze off beautifully. You can see them sizzling away there, putting a bit of aggressive heat into them, and I'm sure they're going to be yum as well. So just a nice chance to sort of compare the pair, so to speak. So that's the Parilla in action at its best. Here's a wider view of the outdoor kitchen setup. Parilla from Smokin Gauchos, as I mentioned, up in New South Wales, just north of Sydney. Absolutely fantastic Australian-made Parilla Argentinian style barbecue. Chat to Kevin Spiteri. He's the dude that has the passion and gets this stuff built. Unbelievable. Dropped it into my outdoor kitchen down here on the Bellarine. Here's our Pope's Eye Wagyu, just sizzling away. These ones are the ones that were pre-cooked in the Sous Vide, just to give them a bit of cook through the middle, and now we're just turning those babies over. And like I said, mate, this is just looking and smelling unbelievable. No vegans around here. This is a vegan-free zone, 110%. You can put your tofu straight in the bin and just get down to Simon and get some proper protein. Because, mate, you cannot have a bad meal if you cook this stuff. So they've been on now for about 4 or 5 minutes. They're ready to rock and roll on the Parilla. You can see here the brasero, which is the firebox to the right-hand side. Normally that's where you'd put some hardwood that the coals drop through and sweep them across, but it's a Friday night. I can't be buggered doing all that, so I've just gone straight with the Mallee root charcoal. As you can see, these babies are ready to rock and roll. Beautiful colour, nice amount of fat, and that's pretty much going to be a wrap for these little bad boys. We'll bring it back up off the heat. See that? Nice and careful. Got a rack up the top, keeping the other ones warm, but not too warm, if you know what I mean. Just letting them sort of rest as you do. And then these little ones are going to go straight in there, rest for a few minutes, knock myself up some chimichurri, and get stuck into it. Yummo! So here's the final comparison of the two. The one on the right is cooked from raw, straight onto the charcoal. Probably spent a little bit more time on the charcoal, obviously, because it was not pre-cooked. You can see it's nice medium rare. Nice colour on the inside, nice char on the outside. The one on the left was the one that was in the sous vide. Definitely cooked that more aggressively on the charcoal, so gave it a quick char. The fat looks a bit more rendered, so I'd say that one's probably a little juicier. But let's see, let the tasting do the talking. So what was the final wash up of the steak test with the Pope's Eye Wagyu? Well, I'd have to say that treating it for an hour and a half in the sous vide at 48 degrees just rendered off that fat a little bit. It made it more moist, more tasty, gave it a quick flash on the charcoal. You could probably do the same in a fry pan with a bit of butter, but nice and hot. It was, you know, again, I'm talking, that was probably a 9 out of 10 compared to an 8 out of 10. So it was pretty much splitting hairs. But if you like your steak medium rare and you enjoy a bit of tasty Wagyu, that was pretty bloody good at 30 bucks a kilo from Simon. That's pretty damn good value. That's all I can say. So I made the analogy of lamb backstrap at the beginning. Texturally, I think the one that I cooked raw was very similar to a lamb backstrap. Had a little bit of sinew, a little bit of fat, was a little bit on the chewy side. So again, giving it that hour in the sous vide at 48 degrees, I guess that's like a reverse sear in theory, and then finishing it off on the charcoal, that was absolutely on point. So there you go, guys, each of their own, but that was a fun experiment. Cheers.